I'm Owen Daly-Jones. I'm Director of Serco Experience Lab. Experience Lab's a research team based in London, and we focus very much on the user experience. So look at customers' needs and then help design teams and technology firms improve all kinds of products and services, whether that's websites, mobile apps, digital TV services, etc. So I'm on the panel for Superfast Broadband, and I guess one of my key things in terms of participating in the panel is to bring a focus on customers and the actual end users of particular products. And it's quite often the case that technology firms and development teams, whilst they will be quite excited about the opportunities that, say, Superfast Broadband provides to them as a business, they can often lose sight of the actual people who will end up using the particular product. And that's where my focus very much lies. So I'm constantly there on the panel trying to remind them to ask questions about who their target audience is for a particular product or new service, to try and gauge whether they have understood those customers and customer groups fully. And by understood them, I mean more than conventional market research. I mean really understood their needs, understood their everyday lives, and really tried to answer questions around how's their product and service actually going to fit in with those everyday lives. So those are the kinds of questions that I keep coming back to as a member of the panel, and constantly challenge people to think in those terms, because at the end of the day, the technology, and no matter how fast broadband connections are, etc., if it's difficult for the public to use or for employees to use, then they simply won't do so. They will turn to other resources and tools. So that's one of the primary things that I ask them to focus on. I guess the other thing, as a member of the panel, that I'm quite keen to look for and to seek evidence for in submissions for funding is signs of innovation and organisations looking to do something different with the technology and, in a sense, kind of leapfrog the status quo. So I certainly don't feel the panel or my role is to assist businesses catch up with other businesses necessarily and just achieve status quo, but actually try and do something different and take their smaller or medium business to some completely different place and offer a different kind of solution that perhaps they couldn't do without the broadband connectivity and the speeds that are possible. I guess the final piece of advice I would give to any small or medium business looking for support from the Superfast Broadband project is to keep in mind the needs of their customers, and in fact to go to great lengths to understand the characteristics of their target audience and understand in very real ways their everyday lives, because that's where any product or service will ultimately have to be used, and success or failure will be driven by that. And it's very easy to focus on the technology aspects, to get caught up in the day-to-day technical challenges of trying to make something work, but it's just as important to keep in mind the needs of the customers or the employees or the citizens who will make use of this service. And ideally, if you can involve them as collaborators in the design process, then you will increase the chances of success at a later stage.